All right, so let's start off with the first entryway. I feel like there are two in my house, but I guess this is like the official entryway. And Loki's gonna come into the frame, but I really love how this turned out, especially since it's such a small space. But yeah, there's a fully dedicated video, and yes, if you did watch it, I am going to be switching out these lampshades because I didn't realize how short they were, so they showed that part. But I will be switching them out for something longer, but I do want them to be black because I like the balance, you know, of the black here and the black there, so that I feel like kind of look traditional, slight farmhouse, English country, maybe a splash of vintage. I love all of my little pictures, so I have to just kind of put them wherever I can. So I, of course, had to put this one here. This one originally was in my library at the last house. There's no mirror in this entryway. I had one in the last, but I actually think this is perfect. And then the rug, which Loki, he tries to tear this up, but and then I am gonna show a sneak peek of the dining room. So no one has officially really seen the dining room table yet. So here is what I have going on. And then I have some green curtains. I'm gonna switch so you can see it a little bit better. You can really kind of see it right there. I think a little bit better. Such a beautiful, vibrant, emeraldy green. So pretty. This table does have a leaf extension, but it's not on there right now. I actually like the size of this. It's perfect. These chairs are honestly like the reason why I decided to get this whole table, just so you can see like the base. It's super gorgeous. The back is everything. Now they also come with an armchair option as well that they had styled at the ends, but I didn't want it to be too matchy, so I'm currently on a thrifting hunt for other pieces. That's why this space is taking a little bit longer to put together, because I just want to thrift things. So I want some like wing back chairs, maybe something patterned with a green. I'm not entirely sure what I want just yet. I think the chairs might be one of the last things that I do, because I need to get the DIY that I'm doing on this wall up, and that is what I'm honestly most excited about. I'm also going to be adding these, which I thrifted, these little gold candelabra things. I'm also going to get them on the wall and have like real candles and be burning them. So it's going to have that nice vintage English country touch in here. I mean, this brick wall is just massive, and I wasn't really quite sure like how to deal with this wall, so I'm gonna put a massive artwork up here. And then I do think I'm gonna have some type of like buffet here. I went back and forth. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get the matching buffet or not. I have this piece here, which I just bought from Tuesday morning. It might go into the living room. I'm not entirely sure right now, but I did just purchase like a faux olive tree plant from Amazon, so I'm gonna stage it here for now. Again, we'll see. And then this little sliver of wall, I'm actually gonna do a bunch of like pictures, so it's gonna be very packed, and it's really gonna give that like vintage Victorian feel in terms of like wall space. The other thing, which if you can comment down below, let me know your thoughts, then I have this wall right here. You can see I still have books everywhere, boxes everywhere. This wall, I've gone back and forth, but here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking a china cabinet hutch system. I can't do another table because there's a console table here. I'm gonna do a buffet there, and it'll just be too many like tables like this, and I just think it will look off. But I also do feel like, because I do kind of want a packed look, a cozy look, you know, with lots of furniture and pieces, I think maybe a china hutch. But comment, let me know what you guys think. And then when you back up, I'm just gonna back up slowly. You back up from this view, then you go up the stairs into Micah's domain, which eventually will be the full-on media room once, you know, she moves out, but that won't be for a while. So right now she has the whole space to herself, and then you can see straight into this is my second entry. It's kind of what I call it, but I guess it's kind of like a foyer, or what would you call this like space right here? and you can see into the living room. And then when we swing around this way, you go into my master bedroom. So let's go ahead and go in there now, which this is the first time this channel has really seen this space. However, all I've done essentially is set it up pretty similar to how I had it in the last house, because this is another space that I want to completely redo, almost entirely. Like the matching furniture, I think it's got to go. I know it's definitely not trendy, not that you have to follow any trends by any stretch of the means. If you like it, do it. But I'm past a point where I want my furniture to match. So I'm gonna be getting rid of this whole furniture set. There's a different bed I'm looking at. I'm gonna be, again, thrifting pieces of furniture. So it's just gonna take some time to get there. But otherwise, it's set up just like it was in the last house. I mean, even all the pieces here. Over here right now is where I keep Loki's kennel. And then here's the window. I did remove the curtains that were here that were left by the previous owners. They had to go, and I'm so glad I did, because the curtains were blocking off so much of the window, so I wasn't getting in very much light, even with like the curtains fully open. So I had to remove them just to get some additional light in this room. And then there is a door to the backyard. And then I have the navy chair in here. It needs to be cleaned. Loki's been slobbery on it. Just because it hasn't worked in the living room in this house. I'm not sure what I'm doing with it. So right now it's just here. This isn't where it's gonna land as a final look or anything. And then the TV, the dresser, these are all, again, additional little pieces that I'm not sure where they're gonna go. So for right now, it's kind of like in a storage space, I guess, because there's really nowhere else for me to put it. But yeah, I have a whole different like idea in mind for this space. I'm gonna do some fabulous curtains, and then like a little sitting area right here, and then I'm gonna have much wider end tables. And then again, all the pieces are gonna be thrifted and different. And I do have the piece that's gonna go above the bed already picked out. It's actually right there. It has to be framed. It looks small, but it's going to get matted and framed, so that's going to take up some additional space. So it's going to be pretty huge. The other thing is, as I've been living here, I've realized that this space is very awkward for me, because there's no door and you can see straight into taking the shower, which is fine because I can close this door if I need to, but it's really not this door that's the problem. It's the window and this door, and you can see straight into it. I live on a golf course, so there's golfers, and the hole is like right there, so they're literally standing around putting, so you can see straight in here. So I'm thinking what I might do are those like track doors, and then it could slide this way and kind of tuck in behind this door. So there could be room for that as a solution to not having to have this space for a chest of drawers, which I do need. I do need drawer space because the master closets are a lot smaller. There's 2 of them, but they are very small. I'll show you guys. I mean, it's a mess. So I really just don't really know where to put anything, where to do anything. I tried to do some sort of organization, but it's just, yeah. I mean, there's a lot of good empty space here. So I think I'm gonna have to eventually have someone come in here and redo these closets for me. The linen closet, the bathroom, and then the master open bath, which I absolutely love this bathroom so much. Loki's taking his toy. Okay. And yeah, so far this is kind of what I have staged up. I actually really like it for now. I don't think, again, it's final permanent, at least not with like that jewelry display, but this, I don't know, I'm kind of feeling it. So for now, I leave that. Over there I have You Know Who. I love having this in the bathroom because I love listening to music while I shower. and then the best shower I've ever had in my entire life. Like the best bathroom. This walk-in is absolutely fabulous. I actually had a walk-in several houses back. The one with the really tall windows, if you remember that house, that was a walk-in bath as well. But living in Texas, I actually didn't like it because in the cold winter months, it didn't really lock in the heat from the shower. So I was always freezing getting out of it. So I really didn't like the concept of a walk-in shower, but I don't think I'm gonna have that problem here because it's mostly hot year-round. So yeah, but anyways, I've got the dual shower heads, and then I even have like the view of my palm trees. It's just a really stunning view from the shower. Yeah, absolutely love it. And then over here, some of it, as I've been living here, some of it I'm like, the way this was constructed was very bizarre. Like, I really don't know about that. The freestanding tub is really cool. I know a lot of people love this. I'm kind of not one way or the other about these, to be honest. I probably would have preferred like a traditional tub with a jet, kind of like my last house. But, you know, lovely. And then as you can see, I have no artwork or anything. I just kind of pulled those. Yeah, not entirely sure what's gonna go on here. I'm just taking my time. So down this hallway, we have the laundry room, which you can go watch like the full house tour. Like I mentioned, I'll link it down below. Currently washing clothes, so I'm not gonna really show that space. This is a linen closet that needs to be seriously organized. But as I've been just, you know, like living here, try to find spaces for things. This is gonna be a combination of towels for the guest bathroom and beach stuff. So all the beach towels are gonna go in here, extra pillows are gonna go in here, and I'm gonna keep my air filters in here as well. That's just random decor. It needs to come out of here. There's some pillows we're gonna donate kind of thing, so those are gonna go. And yeah, so there just needs to be organization there. And then this way is gonna be the craft room, guest bathroom, and then the guest bedroom. So let's go ahead and go into the guest bedroom. There is a full video on this space, and it was the most recent one, so there hasn't been any updates to this at all. What I will say is that I actually do not like the lighting that's in here. I got daylight essentially, and I did this because there's just not enough light coming in from this one window. Yes, I do have the sheer curtains over it, but it's really not like any different. But I think I need to go back with like a warm color instead. It just feels a little hospital to me, so I got to get rid of this light. But the full video of this space is going to be linked down below. I still haven't figured out what is going to be on this wall, but I do like how everything is. There's really not much that I'm going to change about it, other than, again, the light. I love the bedding. It's very pretty, very cozy. I've already had guests stay in here. And then when you swing around, there's actually a TV in this guest bedroom. I didn't have one in the last house, but I decided I did want one in here. And then I have this little chair. That's actually some presents already for my next guests that are coming in August. So I'm gonna see my brother, sister-in-law, my niece and nephew. This closet's still a mess, so it still needs some serious work. But you know, again, just as I've been moving in, it's kind of like, okay, just almost like survival, like just start throwing stuff in and then like organize later. So that's, or at least that's my method. So yeah, it's a very cozy space though. I love how it turned out, but no major updates here. And then you go in here, this is the guest bathroom. There's also no updates in here at all. You can definitely see the lighting is very different because I have not changed out these bulbs. So they were, you know, obviously installed by the previous owner, and yeah, it's just some warm lighting is more traditional, and this house is more traditional vibe. So I definitely need to keep that in mind too. So anyways, I love how this bathroom turned out. It looks just like my guest bathroom from the last house. The one thing I will update is going to be the shower curtain, which I talked about in the original video. Also, we'll link it down below in case you just want to watch me set everything up. I actually need to wash these because we had guests, so those need to get washed. And yeah, so I love this space. And then in here is my craft room. I also changed the lighting in here as well, but the lighting in here is also very bad, but it's even worse in the craft room, and I'll show you why in a second. But the update to this craft room is that I laid the rug down. This was originally in my dining room in the last house. I'm finding myself obviously with a lot of rugs because the spaces are different. So I just thought, you know, that I would throw it down here. And I thought that it would actually like break up the carpet, and the fact that I got this glass desk for filming, as you can see, overhead shots, because I wanted to add like twinkle lights. So I think that this carpet will actually look really pretty like with the camera, because you'll be able to obviously see through the table to the carpet. So there's that. You're also getting a sneak peek of my fall mystery kits, which a video is coming out really soon, so stay tuned. But yeah, so still have boxes that need to find space. These are like for the media room, and that's kind of where I'm running into. I don't really know where to store this right now, but I'll eventually find a space as I get through all the other spaces, but I don't have a media room right now. So it's even worse in this room because there's a whole, like this whole thing going on right here, so it blocks out even more light coming in here. So I actually wanted to extend and make a bigger window. I don't know how that's gonna honestly work in the craft room, because right here is the AC unit. I could probably go a little bit more. And at that point, I don't know if that would be worth the cost to get a little bit more. So we'll see. Anyways, so here's basically the setup. Obviously this craft room is not finished. That's about all that I've put on the wall, but you know, over here I want to install like storage stuff where I can put a bunch of stuff on the walls, like pegboards kind of thing, and do like the whole craft room vibe. Here is this entryway right here, or foyer, or whatever you would call this space. It is my favorite decorated space in the entire house. It's completely different from the first house, with the exception that this remained, and the lamp remained. But everything else styled completely different, and I had all of these pieces. I speak to this all the time when it comes to decorating. You would be amazed at how kind of switching things around and pulling from other things and combining them can give you a whole brand new look. There's just so many words for my decor: Tuscan, traditional, Victorian, English country, French country, a dash of farmhouse. And then I also have this space right here on the wall, but I don't think I'm gonna do anything. But I don't know, comment, let me know what you guys would do. And then here is this huge wall space. I'm also planning on not doing anything here. If I do, it will be like really big pictures, like big family, beautifully, like professionally done photos. But I don't know. Comment, let me know. This is a closet where all of my like security stuff is at. Just my like Wi-Fi routers, my security, like a bunch of stuff is in this closet. I also keep the vacuum in this closet, so that's really nice because I felt like there wasn't really a place for the vacuum in the last house, so I have a place for it. And then we have this little kitchen nook area, which I love. I bought some new candles, so that's what's in there. The thing about this area is that it's, when you look at it, it's very French country, so it kind of in a way is broken from this Victorian space when we come in here, right? So we're not really getting golds, we're not really getting any sort of English country Victorian feel. So this space is going to get updated as well. But since I filmed this space with you guys, this is what's new. I did add that cute little print. It just needed that little extra Victorian something here. it just was going way too French country, so this space is gonna get made over. I think I'm gonna have to go with a smaller table. Maybe something like that has that bistro metal look to it. Because with this pie safe, it's just, as you can see, this like sticks out a little, which is fine too. Like, it's really not a big deal. There is a lot of traffic pattern to walk, so it's fine. But I do think that in order to make this more Victorian on that side, English countryside, the table's got to change. So, and then I can leave the other like little farmhouse or French country aspects and then just do a different table and do like a small rug. So, and then I do have curtains that I'm going to put here as well. And eventually I'm also going to be replacing the shades with something that's like that bamboo kind of style. I feel like the black shade is very modern, so it's fighting with my style. And then we get into the living room. Just take a step back so you guys can kind of see. A lot of work has been done in this space, but it's still not finished. You can immediately see the black shades, they gotta go. And then I do need to frame the window with some curtains. So I'm just waiting to do the curtains last, but I do have them picked out. And then all of this back here, honestly, again, it's another like temporary setup. Just to one, have something. Two, this picture is actually hiding a bunch of wires that's like in the middle of the wall. So this wall is gonna have like a massive mirror with a gallery wall around it. So still haven't quite gotten there. All of this will go once I get this whole back set up. But otherwise, I like kind of what's already going on here. Loki's got his basket of toys. I have some books and some pictures down here. My candles, you know, just to create that ambiance. And then something that I just recently did, which blew my mind. I actually vlogged this and I couldn't believe the difference for myself, or like from my own eyes. But these two chairs, I had them angled. And something about it just, I was like, I don't know, maybe let's turn them in. And because they're called a chair and a half, so they're like these oversized chairs, even having them pointed away from the TV, you can still sit them and turn towards the TV and be very, very comfortable because they're such huge chairs. So when I made that little change and turned them in, it completely changed the entire space of this living room. It seemed to like create like a block to the living room, whereas when they were angled, it kept this room open. And I don't know how to explain it from an interior design perspective, but I think blocking it just makes this look like its own space because it is very open. So yeah. So anyways, as you can see, again, this is a very real raw, like I keep a blanket just to kind of keep having to wash these over and over. They are very easy to wash. The stains come out right away. So I'm not worried about them being white and Loki having black hair and all his drool, and like he's already gotten it dirty, but it's so easy to like throw in the wash and clean. But I do like try to keep them covered whenever he's out, just to like keep that at a minimal, you know, in his puppy era. And then eventually I'm probably going to update the end tables. Again, it's looking very French country. We want to mix is what I want to do. I want a mix of it all. French country, English country, Victorian, Tuscan. So I think that changing the tables will be a good update. And then a new piece is this gorgeous wicker rattan chest, which I just got from Facebook Marketplace for $50. I absolutely love it. So for right now, it's just sitting here at the end. I think once the whole space is complete, this will probably make more sense here. But I love that there's like, oh, I need to switch it around. It's on the wrong side. But I love that it can also act as a storage space as well. So, and then eventually, again, I'll put stuff on here. It's probably going to be like more candles or books or something. and just style it really cute. The reason why it's not here is because this is like the ottoman to these big chairs, and I like it because I'll like prop my feet up on it. And when I styled it with this here and this here, it was too cluttered. And when you turn this way, you get a clear view into the kitchen, which as you can see is kind of like centered. It's literally centered in the center of the house. Just to kind of show you guys, there really hasn't been any major updates to the space, really. So I'll just link the original video down below if you want to see the full kitchen, because I'm not going to spend too much time here. This is still like my favorite little section. I've got Lucy always playing, my charging station where I make my coffee. And then this is kind of like my junk drawer station. I keep Loki's like bones and treats and all stuff like that. And then like the junk drawers of scissors and yeah, all kinds of things in there. Yeah, all of my tools and tape, all of that stuff. And right now, as you can see, I have a bunch of fruit just kind of standing here. This is just part of, you know, living in a new space and trying to find out what works. So I'm still trying to figure out where I want all of my fruit to go. I think eventually it might actually be really cute when I switch out my table to like display all the fruit on the little table. So essentially it kind of has like its own little like area before you head into my office, before you head into this bathroom. But essentially this is going to be another vintage space. It's going to have a sailboat theme, and I'm so excited about it. And actually what inspired me was this shower curtain right here. This was left by the previous owner. It's just a little too gimmicky, a little too like too nautical, like in an obvious way, I guess you could say. So as much as I actually do like the shower curtain, I'm not going to get rid of it because I might pull it out one day. I don't know. I really do love it. I actually contemplated leaving it, but I was just like, you know, this is way too, like me 5 years ago would have left this for sure, but I'm going in a different direction. So it's going to be a navy shower curtain, and then getting rid of that as well. What we love about this bathroom is that if we're outside tanning or sweating or whatever, we can just come in through this door and hop into this walk-in shower. And here is the sink area. I just have some like, you know, pieces and things. I don't know why Micah has her toothbrush down here, but there's gonna be a lot of like pictures. It's gonna be very packed, but like in a really, in my opinion, a really vintagey good way, I guess you could say. And then you can see there's a linen closet and then more wall space. So right here it's kind of like open. I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do just yet, but I'm thinking I'm gonna do some type of stool with a plant. I actually saw this in a bathroom setup, so I think that's what I'll do here. But I already have the artwork that's going right here, and I'm so excited for it. And then there's going to be a bunch more artwork there. And then when we come in here, this space right here, which is my office, but as you can see, there's just not really anything going on. I have furniture from how it was before, but kind of not. Stuff is kind of everywhere. So I'm still functioning off the same desk, these chairs. Here's where the fireplace piece went. So this was my library at the last house, and it's gonna serve its purpose here in my office, which I'm gonna love because I'm gonna love having like a little fireplace in the house. This will essentially be like the only one. But the problem with it now is the color. So, cause I wanna do something completely different. Yes, I can paint this. The question is, do I want to? Because I'm not a painter anymore, you guys. Like I don't like DIYs like this. So I'm gonna have to figure this out. I mean, I'm probably just gonna have to grin and bear it and just paint it, because I know exactly what I want to do in this room. And this is where the library is going to be. So this is gonna be my office / library. And really when I say library, this is where you're going to see the display of my books that I actually read. So if you remember the library in the last house, yeah, it'll kind of have a display like that, more of a decorative side. but you're also gonna see like my actual books displayed here too. So it's gonna be very cozy. I'm gonna be painting this room. So I know that for sure. I know that this room's gonna get painted. And then we gotta again switch out the shade, put some really gorgeous, I think I'm gonna do a printed curtain in this space as well. And I'll go ahead and take you guys to the last part of this tour, which is the backyard, which is everything. So I'll show you guys the update here, but this space has also been a challenge for me because I've just kind of been pulling the trigger without really thinking about stuff, and you'll see why in a second. They also mow this golf course every day, so that's what you're hearing. But I got these as tanning chairs, but they came in first, so we just had them out here so that we could watch the TV. So I do have the TV there, and they are supposed to go out here where you can see where the sun hits, and then you see this piece right here, which just came in, and I don't like it at all. It looks very nice because it is nice. However, it's very short. It's actually very small. So for me, this just seems like something that like it would be for kids, not adults. And I really thought it was going to be huge because I bought this piece for right here. Like I thought it would be fun to have kind of like a daybed moment to like lounge and watch movies. And you can see I have a real wood burning fireplace. So when I step back, those two chairs are supposed to be out here to tan with, and then I was gonna have this in there, but it's not gonna work. Plus the different colors of that is bothering me, and that's why I'm like, I wish I didn't jump the gun and I would have thought this through a little bit more, because to kind of flow a little bit better in terms of color. So yeah, this unfortunately is going to be a return, but anyways, so that's the update there. The yard. I don't even want to talk about mowing this yard. I can't talk about it right now. That's a whole different topic, but we keep the hammock right there, and it's just really nice. I also forgot to show you guys the bar area, so I completely skipped over this. Also has its own video, so if you want to go watch it, I do a whole stocking. You can see that like it needs a little bit of more of a restock because we do grab and drink from all the stuff down there. So yeah, this has just been the bar area, and you can see where this has more of a Victorian feel. You get that from the gold aspects and like this amber glass, like it just gives vintage, and then the white definitely gives it more on that French countryside. So I do love mixing the elements for sure. I'm looking for like the perfect balance in my house, but all in due time. And that's it. That's the updated house tour. I hope you guys enjoy kind of seeing how far along I've gotten and what my future plans are for it. There's just so much to come. And in case you're wondering, because I know I just decided this today where I'm putting the Christmas tree, but I actually don't know. No, I think the Christmas tree is gonna go right there. So I'm just gonna have to change the living room up, which will be fun to do. I remember I used to always move my furniture around my bedroom when I was a kid, but it's gonna go where that chair is. It's just like perfect to go right in the center of that window. So yeah, so anyways, pretty random, but that's it for the tour. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you next time.